OnePlus 6T, get a flagship for half price. There's a new Raspberry Pi 3. Thinking about Black Friday? We got a tip for you. All that and more coming up on TekThing. This episode of TekThing is brought to you by Opsgenie. Your next incident doesn't stand a chance. And a big thank you to our patrons, especially Robert S., Chown, CE, and Thomas S. Join the crew that makes TekThing possible at patreon.com/TekThing.
I'm Shannon Morse.
And I'm Patrick Norton.
And this is TekThing, where we have something useful in every show.
Tip: just reboot your laptop every time before you record anything. Doesn't matter how many tabs you have open, what's set up. Just do yourself a favor. Just reboot it now.
Yay.
Because everything that's working now will stop working 3 minutes into the recording.
It's true.
And you'll have to restart everything anyway.
Tech problems in the studio. It's always fun.
Well, I mean, not just in the studio. I don't know. It's just, I reboot.
Everywhere.
It's really funny. Like, I've left one of my laptops or my desktops running for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for the random crash because most of my computers, like, I restart daily.
Oh, really?
Just because it makes my life simpler.
Oh, well, I should probably do that too.
Didn't they reboot the... Oh, wait.
Where are we going with this? I don't know what's going on.
Where is it? The Hubble telescope may need a reboot after a tough weekend.
Oh, yes. I read about that. Yeah, back in October, they had to turn it off and on again. That's how they fixed the Hubble telescope. I mean, it makes sense.
If it works for, it works in space, who knows what it'll do in your living room or your desk.
So it is November over here. It's not October. And that means that Black Friday is coming up really soon.
I'm trying not to start screaming and running around the room because I think it's the only appropriate reaction to Black Friday at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my goodness.
Well, one of our favorite tools for tracking prices, whether it's GPUs dropping post crypto mining madness or getting ready to buy a really big gift around Black Friday, is Camel.
Woo!
It's a wonderful, wonderful, and beautiful website.
This is an MSI GTX 1080 GPU, and you can see peak crypto mining insanity.
Yep.
And then it drops way back down. And just for a few minutes, it was at $453.
Yeah, so if you're wondering, is this the lowest price? Have the prices been going down? Have they been going up? Just sitting there, for example, is this actually a good deal on Black Friday at Best Buy? Is that really a good deal? That's where you want to go, is Camel.
So a lot of people have been waiting to buy their new 4K HDR televisions. Rob and I started getting hammered with Black Friday questions on AVXL last week. And we both had kind of like the same thought, which is start researching now. And two, start researching now, seriously. Because when you look at something like this, right, this is a beautiful history of LG's OLED, like their C8.
Whoa.
And this was the initial release, and it kind of dropped and back up, and then, whoa, check that out, around August, September, dropping in October, November. So it's down, it started at $3,500. It's selling for just under $2,700 right now.
Cool.
And let me just say, one, you don't want to be trying to research a TV inside a Costco on Black Friday, unless you, maybe you really
because somebody is going to step right in front of you and take that big box away.
Or just, do you miss playing rugby? Costco on Black Friday, Walmart on Black Friday, your kind of scene.
Yeah,
and the thing that really got us is we've both seen projects magically show up with 0 days of price history because they've magically been granted fresh new pages or part numbers or product numbers on Amazon that start, oddly enough, when the Black Friday prices start. So if you look at this chart right here, imagine if you were on Black Friday and there was a price somewhere over here and the price history was like a day long. And when you started searching around, you couldn't find the old price history.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever you're thinking about buying, start looking now and look at what the price history is now, because you may not be able to get the price history for the one you can actually order on the website come Black Friday.
That's a great pro tip.
We saw it happen a lot last year. People were like, I don't know. And we're like, wow, that's really sneaky.
Camel, baby. Start like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time and you should be good to go. Or in this case, it'll be 1 week ahead of time.
Oh my goodness! Hey, if you're buying a CPU or GPU or other PC parts, because I know again a lot of people have been waiting, and GPU prices came out, and the 20 series cards came out. Definitely price compare. Don't just assume Amazon has the best prices. Newegg often has more cards at better prices, and they make it a lot easier. For example, if you want to search by, I want a card that is maximum 215 millimeters long,
Yeah.
or there's so much granular research available on Newegg that's so cool. And if you've never been there, I know Shannon's talked about it, PCPartPicker.com.
Oh, I love this website.
Oh my goodness, it is an awesome place to get build ideas and look for great PC part prices online, because when you go into, for example, this is their modest AMD gaming build.
I should probably rebuild my computer. I've been talking about that for months.
You have
I'm definitely going to be checking those sales.
You've been talking about that since GPUs were like $800.
I know, it's been a while.
But one of the things they do, right, if you look on the right side here, they've got like Amazon and Newegg and sometimes other places where you can get the best deal on the parts.
Cool.
So it's so many useful tools out there. You're kind of you've relaxed your couponing lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true.
But what tools do you still coupon? Are you looking at any specific websites to shop around Black Friday?
That's a good question. I don't coupon as much as I used to, but I still am all about those deals. I always check Amazon first thing because, free shipping with Prime is huge, especially if you're going to buy a TV. And if you want like the white glove delivery, they do that for free with Prime, which is awesome.
They're really good about taking them back if there's a problem.
Yes, they are. A few physical stores seem to be doing better deals than Amazon this year too.
Deals.
Yeah, I was actually reading up a little bit about it on CNET, but they don't have all of the deals available yet. But I would keep an eye on Target, Walmart, Best Buy deals, and also check their websites, because some of those deals will not be in-store only, even though they say come in store 8 a.m. on Thursday or on Friday to get the deal. It might not be in-store exclusive, so check their website as well. That might be a really good bargain. And Cyber Monday will also be a really great day to purchase things as well, because a lot of those deals will end up being on Cyber Monday and not just on Friday. So if you don't think something will sell out, Cyber Monday might be a better deal. However, some deals are only available on Monday, on Cyber Monday. So keep an eye out for those advertisements as well.
I'd also say you would be surprised at how many sort of boutique type places run shockingly good Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals.
Yeah, for sure.
Where if you'd be like, I can never afford that $300 super backpack, it might be 30% off on Black Friday.
Yep.
Just check.
Yeah, check the manufacturer websites too. Like Backpacks is a great example. Peak Design, or like the one that's local here. I forget the name of them. The backpack designer.
Timbuktu?
Yeah, Timbuktu. There's a bunch of really nice ones out there that are available, and a lot of time the manufacturer websites will have better deals than their resellers. So keep that in mind as well.
And sometimes they surprise you. That's when I rarely think I really should be signed up for that web company. Like GoRuck, for example, like they were doing their Veterans Day sale this week. It was Veterans Day. Like if you sign up for the email, you probably will get a heads up on the reduced prices.
Very true.
They make badass backpacks.
So let us know what kind of deals you are looking for, or if there's anything specifically that you want to purchase and you're not sure where to look. We'll be more than happy to do the research for you, and we'll be covering a lot more of these Black Friday deals next week to make sure that you get the best deal absolutely possible, so everybody comes home with the best tech for their Christmas gifts.
We hope.
We hope.
There is no guarantee that we will. There could be a lower price somewhere. It's a big internet.
But we'll do our best. So ask@tekthing.com is the place to send us your recommendations or your questions about Black Friday deals. And you can also tweet us at TekThing as well. We'll be checking there for sure. The brand new OnePlus 6T just dropped, and I have been playing with one for the past several days. OnePlus has continually made inexpensive phones that have the same features as higher priced flagships, which is always cool. I know, how do they do it? But I think that the 6T dropped a couple of important features to improve on perks that users have been asking for this year. Most notably, they have a notch. Surprise!
Oh, I wasn't going to say notch. I was going to say, let me guess, they don't have two face-firing speakers.
That's true, they don't. Yeah, they actually don't, and the speaker kind of stinks, but we'll get there, definitely. So you will notice with this one that there is no headphone jack. I know, this is the first OnePlus that doesn't have a headphone jack, and I'm really bummed out about that. That's because they used up that room to provide an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is this little notch thingy that you see right here, this little icon. So that fingerprint on display is pretty dang fast, and it's really fun to use. It makes this really cool like lightning graphic whenever you use it. Check this out, Patrick. Boom. Isn't that neat? It's so cool. And then if I lock it again, boom.
Well,
It's so neat.
you said notch, but there's no notch for the fingerprint
No, there's no
detector.
notch. I just said the wrong word, but there's an icon for it, so you can recognize whenever you can actually use it, whether it's to unlock an application or unlock the phone itself.
Unlock it again. It's ridiculous. It makes me happy.
It's so fun. Yeah, it's really pretty. Boom. And it works every single time. I haven't had a chance when it hasn't worked. And you can set multiple fingers if you want to, which is great. And they also recommend using specific kind of screen protectors, or it might not work precisely as you want it to. So the one that it comes with, it does come with a screen protector. That one works just fine with it. So that's good.
Does it come with a USB-C to headphone adapter in the box? A dongle, if you will?
It does. They didn't include the headphone jack, but they do have that adapter, so I do appreciate that. When I do unlock it, you'll notice that the AMOLED display is a 6.41 inches, and it's 2340 by 1080 resolution with 402 pixels per inch, so it's very, very nice. It looks great. It's comparable to every other Android phone that's currently on the market at this kind of price range. It's a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio. That's pretty popular as far as the choices go in Android phones this year. Yeah.
It's cinematic.
It's cinematic. It's practically bezel-less as well, which also means that the one speaker on it, like we mentioned, it's downward facing. It's not front facing. And the speaker is pretty limited. It gets really quiet at around 50%. And at its loudest, it is somewhat painful. There's no low end. There's like no bass. So it's not my favorite speaker. That's definitely true.
That's Shannon's pain to face if you didn't recognize it.
Yeah, the screen is gorgeous though. The colors are really bright. They're very contrasty. I felt like it has a slightly yellow or a warmish tint compared to the 3XL. When I compare this face to face with the 3XL, the 3XL has a slightly more cooler tint than this one, which is warmer. Especially noticeable on white backgrounds. You can definitely tell that this one is slightly warmer.
It's such a stylistic choice though.
It is.
It's like, you know, the cool white light bulb versus the sort of the warm natural light. It's funny because I look at them, I think like, I am the Google Pixel.
Yeah.
I am sophisticated. I am of science and engineering. And the HTC One is like, woo! Give me a beer!
It's true.
Actually, hold my beer. I'm going to take a picture.
And if it bothers you, you can change that. That's just the default settings. You can totally change the RGB in the settings too. That's great. Yes, there is a notch. As I mentioned, you can hide it with the black bars in the settings, just like with the Pixel 3 XL. However, this one, since there's only one camera on the front, it's very small. They're calling it a teardrop notch, as opposed to the gigantic notch on the Pixel 3. It's actually kind of cute. It does not bother me in any sense at all, especially since I've gotten so used to the 3XL. This one is so tiny, it's like barely noticeable. But it's there just because of that one front-facing camera. So I will get to more camera information in a bit. Android 9 Pie is included, though it is still using Oxygen OS, which is pretty much as close as you can get to vanilla Android. Snapdragon 845 is the CPU that's included in here. It makes it snappy. It allows me to run a crap load of applications all at the same time without feeling like it's getting sluggish, which is great, and that's what I expect out of the OnePlus line. It also has a lot of those features that you would expect, like night mode and reading mode, just like the previous model, so I won't go into those and touch on those very much. Now this one doesn't have the waterproofing certificates yet, just like the previous model. The OnePlus says that their phones will withstand some minor water. There's just no number certification attached to that claim like there is with more higher priced Android phones. There's also no wireless charging on this phone, which is kind of a shame since Qi chargers are trending right now. I'm seeing them everywhere. So I'm kind of sad that there's no wireless charging. The battery in here, though, you might not need to deal with charging throughout the day. It's a 3,700 milliamp per hour to be exact. And since it charges so fast, I don't really need to worry about it dying too soon. They claim that it'll last 17 hours, and my testing is pretty accurate to that length of time.
Cool.
It doesn't die until the end of the day. So moving on to those cameras. The rear camera is a 16 and 20 megapixel. There's two of them, and both of them are f1.7 apertures, which is really nice. They can do up to 4K video at 60 FPS, as well as doing the professional mode, which means raw photography, and you can change all the different things like ISO and all those different features, which is wonderful, and I love that they included raw mode on here. There's also features that you would expect. There's slow-mo, there's panorama, all of those. The front-facing single camera is 16 megapixels. It's f2.0 aperture, and it can do up to 1080p at 30 FPS, so slightly less than the back ones, of course. That's what we would realize. Now this one features portrait mode, HDR, smile capture, a lot more. Those are all features that we've seen in previous models as well.
Smile capture?
Yeah, it's where you smile and then it captures your smile.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It basically takes the picture when you smile?
It does, yeah. It's kind of cute, and it works pretty well. I did take some comparison shots of the Pixel 3 XL along with the OnePlus to give you an idea of what you can expect out of the two. So this one is on the OnePlus 6T, and then this one is on the 3XL, the Pixel 3XL. And while they look pretty similar, the colors are a little bit different. You'll notice that the Pixel 3XL did a lot better as far as capturing the details in the ear, while this one was slightly more muddy, if I zoom in up there. Yeah, it's a little bit smeared. So it didn't do super great whenever it was dark in the room. Outside, I noticed that the Pixel 3 XL did a little bit better with HDR for this photo. However, I also noticed that I really like the HDR on the OnePlus 6T for this photo of this Beauty's Bagel Shop compared to the Pixel 3 XL, which did not provide all of the greenery in the tree as much as the OnePlus 6T. So there is a difference there. I would say that the HDR is pretty comparable between the two, given whatever example shots that you're taking. This was fun. Patrick took this photo for me. This is the rear-facing camera, and it turns out that the rear-facing camera on this one, since it's dual camera, it has a much wider lens.
That's the OnePlus 6?
This is the OnePlus 6T, yes. Now, if I compare this to the 3XL, the 3XL from the same stance away from me, the same location, that's the difference that you'll get in the wide-angle view. So
lenses
very, very
are
different.
Important.
Yeah, very different. And then this is just another outside shot to give you a comparison of the colors. Notice the red on here. This is the OnePlus 6T, and the 3XL brought a little bit more of the brightness in the red out on that one. Also, the details were very clear on the 3XL again. With the selfie camera, with this one, you'll notice that the OnePlus 6T made me look pretty pale. However, the Pixel 3XL makes me look pretty accurate to my skin tone, I would say. I don't think I'm that pale or blue.
You're not.
I think I'm a little bit warmer skin tone like the Pixel shows.
Well, could this be something that might be an issue they would fix in firmware on the selfie camera?
Yeah, absolutely. They could definitely fix that.
Because I took that picture.
And it could be just the lighting inside. I might just have some bad luck with the lighting that we had in there.
But you had the same picture. I mean, you were, again, with
same
with the
location,
rear-facing cameras, we discovered one had a much wider field of view.
Right.
You did the self-facing, and it was like cadaver cam on the HTC One version. Well, it sucked all the life out of you.
It did. And then I will also show you a little bit of B-roll of two videos here that I took side by side on the OnePlus and the Pixel 3 XL. You'll notice that the Pixel 3 XL did really good as far as its image stabilization, while the OnePlus 6T did not do so well with image stabilization. So if you're going to record on this phone, you would probably want to go with something else because this one did not do that great.
Well,
it was pretty shaky.
If image stabilization is critical for your videos,
or
skip
get a gimbal.
the HTC. Okay.
Get a gimbal. So the one that I am reviewing here, this is the 128 gig with 8 gigs of RAM. If you want the one with 6 gigs of RAM, it starts at $549, while this 8 gig model starts at $579. And then for 256 gigs of storage, it costs extra. That'll be $629. And all of those prices are available on their website.
No micro SD card.
No micro SD
so
card.
buy all the storage you want up front.
Buy all the storage you want. And
like
it comes in 3 different colors. Well, kind
for
of
the Pixel 3.
2.5 colors. There's mirror black, midnight black, and then there's purple, which they just announced this week on Monday. And
Purple Thunder.
Purple Thunder. It is so pretty. I love it. It works unlocked. It's also available on T-Mobile, which is awesome, and it's also available on Verizon, which is also awesome. So you can buy it on Verizon and T-Mobile. That's so cool. I think that the 6T is really, really nice buy. It's excellent at a great price. Of course, you do lose out on a few of those features, like I mentioned, but you're also saving a couple $100 off of a flagship. So keep that in mind. So I think that the OnePlus 6T is an excellent buy at a great price. You don't lose out on much by saving a few $100 off of a flagship, But you also get to be an early adopter to the whole in-display fingerprint reader thing. This is the first one like that in the US, and it's really cool to use, and it's a very fun feature. And they have the teeny tiny notch on the front. Of course, the camera, I do think that the Pixel 3 XL is a lot better, but of course that's more expensive too. So keep that in mind. Now, if you have some questions about the 6T, I can definitely answer them because I'm really enjoying playing with this phone. It's really fun to test it, and I would love to do some more tests on it if you want to know about anything in particular. So you can hit me up at Snubs on Twitter, or you can hit up ask@tekthing.com, and I'll be happy to answer those for you.
You work in ops or you develop software, you're probably a realist. You know incidents are inevitable. Hey, even if you're delivering 5 nines of reliability, you're still expecting like 5 minutes and 26 seconds of unscheduled downtime a year. 5 minutes over a year? No big deal, right? Sure. Until it happens on Sunday morning when half the staff is out on holiday and a major client is on the phone screaming. Are you going to keep the contract? It all comes down to how your company responds. Getting alerts immediately to the right person, the one that's not stuck up in the hill in the Sierras, is critical when an incident occurs. That's why there's Opsgenie by Atlassian. Opsgenie empowers dev and ops teams to plan for service disruptions and stay in control during incidents. It helps to notify all the right people through a smart combination of scheduling and escalation paths. It takes into account things like time zones and holidays. It allows for deep flexibility in how, when, and where alerts are deployed, and it's supported by just about everything. Over 200 integrations like Jira, Amazon CloudWatch, Datadog, New Relic, and so many more. Tracks all the activity, provides useful insights to improve future incident responses. Something goes wrong, you want to make sure you handle it better next time, just in case there is a next time. You know downtime kills your company's rep, especially when it's the kind of product nobody thinks about till it's not there. Even if the downtime only lasts minutes, it impacts your customers, it costs businesses serious money. Give the unsung heroes in your company a better tool to fight the good fight. With Opsgenie, your next incident doesn't stand a chance. Visit Opsgenie.com to sign up to get a free company account and add up to 5 team members. That's Opsgenie.com. Never miss a critical alert again with Opsgenie. And our thanks to Atlassian Opsgenie for their support of TekThing.
Sean in Baltimore, Maryland writes, "Hi guys, love your show. I know that Apple has allowed for third-party Lightning to headphone adapters. However, I have not been able to find many. Are there any good adapters out there that I am not aware of?" From Sean in Baltimore, Maryland. Probably not.
Yeah, that's the TLDR on this one. It's interesting. So Lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapters have been out for a while. And back in March of this year, something exciting happened. Apple added specs for USB-C port made for iPhone accessories and a Lightning to 3.5 millimeter cable. So you could go directly from your iPhone Lightning jack to the input on your head unit or your headphone amp or something like that.
Cool.
The thing is, yes.
That's good.
It is good. It would be nice if there were more awesome things. When you look at an Apple Lightning to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack adapter, you may notice there's not a lot of space in here to put the electronics. But people are pretty happy with them, right? You're like 63% 5-star reviews. They cost $10. The other day when I was looking these up, this would have been, for some reason, there's a lot of 2 and 3-star Lightning to headphone or Lightning to headphone and Lightning power adapters out there.
Yeah.
A lot of them just have miserable reviews where people are like, it's cutting out, it doesn't work. It gets really harsh if you go up and start looking at things on Apple's website. I've never had problems with Lightning USB camera adapters, but they have a whopping 2-star rating.
That's pretty bad.
But I've never had one of these fail. So apparently the next time I use one, everything's going to go wrong. Lightning splitters actually seem to have a pretty good reputation, although this one, the Lightning Audio plus Charge Rockstar, not so good, but most of these Lightning adapters actually have I swear there was a whole bunch of these that had 4 stars.
Oh, there they are.
There they are.
4 stars.
But that's not a Lightning adapter, it's a headphone jack. It's tough, right? When you're looking for really, really good audio, or if you want to step up from audio, first of all, I want to point out that back when the iPhone still had a headphone jack, it was really good. And one of the things I started doing when I wanted to I was using some headphones where the iPhone amplifier wouldn't drive them, so I ended up with a Lightning USB camera adapter and an AudioQuest Dragonfly, which is pretty badass. If you want to see what it looks like bigger, it looks like that. It's a thumb drive, except it makes awesome audio. And unlike a Lightning audio adapter, when I switched to Android, I just needed USB-C OTG cable or USB-C OTG cable to keep using it. There are some headphones with lightning cable options from Odyssey, OneBore, and about 10,000 companies you've never heard of and don't want to hear, because I've heard many of them and you don't want to hear them because they're just
not worth your time.
What she said. But yeah, I wish there were more options. Personally, I would go with something, you know, like a Dragonfly Black. It's $99, but you can use it for your laptop, for your this phone, for your next phone. It's going to give you super amounts of clean power, and it does a fantastic job as a DAC. But I haven't seen it. Most of those 3.5 millimeter or the combo 3.5 millimeter lightning adapters allow you to charge and listen at the same time, based on keeping the parts cost low. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's awful.
I've had similar experiences with Android audio adapters as well, and like external microphones or audio splitters for 2 headphones and things like that nature. Not many of the ones that I found online are good.
Which
is sad.
Yeah, there's a website I looked at, and they're a sort of a serious audio website, and they use Audio Precision Analyzer, and they did that to the adapter that came with the latest round of Pixel phones. Not impressive.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, it's also an afterthought.
Yeah, it is. It's an afterthought, definitely.
They want you to buy, you know,
Bluetooth.
Buy the Bluetooth headphones, earbuds that are branded with the phone.
But I'm never going to use Bluetooth whenever I'm at a hacker convention, so please, headphone jacks, they're necessary, okay?
They're dying.
Yes, they
Even
are.
I have accepted that.
I haven't. Still angry about it. If you have any questions, though, about adapters or any kind of audio necessities, especially around the Christmas season, those make really good stocking stuffers if you can find a good one.
Music is your friend.
Yes. Hit us up, ask@tekthing.com, or I would say tweet Patrick about the audio gear.
At Patrick Norton. Right about the time the show goes live, the Raspberry Pi Foundation will be releasing the Raspberry Pi 3 Model A+. Boom!
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is.
What does it do?
Well,
what's in it? I want to know all the things.
Okay,
Tell me.
Stop! It takes the 1.4 gigahertz clock speed, the dual band 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. That's IEEE 802.11 BGNAC, which I think is 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5.
I don't know. I don't have those memorized yet.
I don't. And the Bluetooth 4.2 BLE from the Model 3B Plus, and it puts it in the smaller form factor you remember from the Raspberry Pi 1 Model A.
Cool.
Look at that, the Raspberry Pi 3 Model A Plus. It's a Raspberry Pi, but smaller. So there are trade-offs, right? Like the previous Model A, it deletes the Ethernet jack and 3 of the 4 USB ports, so it's streamlined, and that brings the price down to $25.
Not bad.
If you want to get more information, because again, it's launching right about the time the show goes live, go to raspberrypi.org for more info, and we'll be testing one as soon as we get our dirty little paws on it.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Well, basically, it should behave just like a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus.
Yeah.
But in a smaller form factor.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that they were able to. I mean, how much smaller can they get, though, honestly?
Do you have a display that has the really tiny one?
I do. I have a little farm of Raspberry Pis.
A Raspberry Pi farm. Raspberry bramble. Do raspberry grow on brambles?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Raspberry thing. Oh my goodness. Sear Pete posted on patreon.com, how did Shannon end up with a Pixel 3 that doesn't have extra black, doesn't have uneven sound from the 2 speakers, doesn't have the vibrating back problem, hasn't failed to save photos, and hasn't had any problems with multitasking? Whichever lot that phone came from should sell for a premium. Sear Pete, let me remind you, it helps to not have the first of anything shipped from the factory. As an early adopter, let me tell you, we get to find and fix the problems.
That's true.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
So
and mine was not from the first shipment. I got mine about a week or 2 weeks after the first shipment went out. So I did not get to be an early adopter in this sense.
Well, fairly early, but not
Yeah,
that first
fairly
round
early.
of like, where did my stuff go?
Yeah, though I did notice a couple of things after I've been testing this for a couple of weeks now. A lot of problems were patched before I got mine, so I don't have to worry about those kind of things. But I'm now hearing buzzing in the lower speaker, and that's probably the one that, that's probably the one that people are noticing a difference in volume on. But it's that lower speaker that has some buzzing on it whenever I listen to just certain videos. which is why I didn't notice it previously. It's just certain things where it comes out, like lower bassy voices and stuff like that. Very strange. And then the other thing I've noticed, I went down to Austin last weekend and I recorded a vlog on my camera. It's posting on my personal channel soon, but the mic doesn't record very well. There's mic recording issues. The rear-facing camera has kind of awful mic performance compared to the selfie camera. The selfie camera picks me up just fine. It picks me up great whenever I'm facing this side of the camera. However, if anybody is facing this side, it's really hard to hear their voices.
Like
it
wah,
sounds,
wah, wah, wah,
yeah,
wah.
it sounds very like muffled almost. So it's really hard to hear people whenever the camera is facing this way, so the rear-facing camera. So that's kind of a shame, and I hope that they fix that because I really want to use this for Vlogmas.
Well, this was something, the Pixel 2 had problems with video recording on the mic, and then they patched that and things got better.
True, and you know, audio issues, that's something that they can fix in software. So I really hope that we see the same thing with the Pixel 3 XL. But yeah, most of those concerns I have not experienced with this phone, and I think it's because I got like maybe the second or third shipment.
We should get a tone generator and like generate a tone like every hertz until we find the resonant frequency that's causing the back to vibrate.
Yes, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I love this.
Speaking of nerding out.
Speaking of.
Oh my goodness. Hey, let's give a shout out to our friends over at hack5.org. A big thank you to Hack5 for the studio space. Check out the security and privacy podcast at hack5.org. Then type in c2.hack5.org. and you'll find Cloud C2, remote pen testing made easy. You can deploy and manage fleets of Hack5 gear from a simple cloud dashboard. It's good stuff if you want to hack all the things.
And remember, once in a while, put down your phone, step away from the screen, close the laptop, and do something analog.
Like chase your derpy shepherd husky down, lure her back into the car, then carry her back into the house so you can drive to the studio and shoot a show. This, by the way, is the only way I figured out how to carry a husky securely back into the house. Husky chasing, husky carrying, gonna be bigger than CrossFit, people. You heard it here first.
That's your analog pick, is husky chasing.
Well, technically,
she's so happy.
Half husky, half German Shepherd. Well, she had run loose for like 15 minutes. She'd run across the street. She met one of the neighbor apparently lets their Chihuahua out, and all of a sudden I'm like,
oh no!
And like the Chihuahua's like this high, and my dog's like this high, and does a play bow to the little Chihuahua, and they like
cute.
They do the dog thing, and then the neighbor's like frantically running across to get her Chihuahua, who's basically now trying to run around and play with the big dog.
Oh, of course.
And then, of course, my dog ran down to the end of the block, and I'm just so proud to have such a wonderful animal in my life.
That's so cute.
The facial expression while I'm holding the husky does not represent my inner monologue. I just want to say that right now. It was what my mom would call.
It's really cute.
Not gracious. I was not having gracious thoughts about my husky. Oh
so
my
funny.
goodness. Pets.
Pets, I know, I love them.
They bring so much joy to life. Like discovering which poop cleaner scooper thing is best for your cat box.
All right, well, with that said, I'm Shannon Morse.
You did a review of it. Don't be all like, what are you talking about? We have videotape of poop being scooped by a robot.
I did do a review of the Glitter Pet Genie litter
And it
box.
works.
It does work.
That's the important thing.
I still use it. It's awesome. Yeah, it's true.
I'm Batter Norton.
I'm Shannon Morse.
We'll see you next week on TekThing. There's nothing wrong with reviewing poop scooping cat boxes. I'm just waiting for the Wi-Fi alert and the built-in scale.
They do have an upgrade option. Yeah.
So you know every time
I looked
your
it
cat
up.
uses the litter box.
I looked it up. They have an upgrade option. You can install a little chip so that you have Wi-Fi connectivity to your poop box.
The internet.
So I can check the poops from when I'm traveling abroad, whatever.
Is the cat still alive? Check the poop monitor. Check the poop app.
I kind of want to reach out to them and be like, hey, I want to review the poop monitor thing.
It's taking the whole internet
Yes.
account on Twitter. entirely new level.
Yeah.
Just wait till your first Internet of Things toilet.
Oh, I really don't. I don't need that. I do not need that in my life.
Wouldn't it be nice to know who's doing all the toilet flushing?
No, because I know it's me.